Hello there, Pony, and welcome to the 13th episode of Pagie Time, the series where you pick the topics and I talk about them. In the last episode, we talked about how to make your videos interesting and original, and you guys had a lot to say about your tips. In the next episode, we'll be talking about, due to popular requests on Instagram, what to do when your friends have mental disorders like anxiety or depression, and me sharing a few of my personal experiences. So if you have any tips for anyone who has friends with mental disorders, or just anything that you'd like to say and would like to be featured in the next episode, then comment that down below. Anyways, in this episode, I will be giving you tips on how to take MLP and LPS photography. Plus, as a bonus, at the end of this episode, I'll be showing you how I take my pictures for my Instagram page at PageTurnerOfficial. Let's get started. Now, the first step to taking any sort of photography is to use the best camera that you have available. Obviously, the best bet would be if you had a manual focus camera, like the one I'm using right now. Of course, not everyone has the money for a very expensive camera like this, so try to make the best of what you've got. For a lot of people, a phone is a perfectly good option that will still produce really good pictures depending on how you use it. So the first step should obviously be getting to know your camera. Read the long manual that comes with your camera, search up video tutorials on YouTube, or just poke around until you found out what all of the things that your camera has do. And this also applies for your phone, because there are quite a lot of functions on the average phone camera that you may not know about and may help you produce better pictures. Then you should try and get some good lighting. Natural lighting is usually the best option if you can't afford professional lighting. So if you're taking pictures outside and on a bright day, lighting won't be a problem. But if you're taking pictures inside, you may have to improvise. You can of course use the flash function on your phone or camera if there is no good lighting to be had. But if you don't like the high contrast look that the flash gives you, you may have to find something else. Here's the difference between flash and no flash when using a phone camera. If you're taking water pictures, you are going to have to use the flash function so that it captures the water. But when you're not using flash, the light is a lot more balanced and it isn't as dark in the background. So you just have to figure out what works best for you. Also, don't forget to keep the thing that you're photographing in focus. You can make a photo look a lot better when the thing that you're photographing, like the pony or the little pet shop, is in focus. What I like to do when I'm taking pictures of ponies in LPS is to try and get the eye in focus. Because as you can see, even though not all parts of the body are in focus, because the eye is in focus, it looks like the whole thing is in focus because your eye gets drawn to the eye of the pony. And you can usually do that with a phone as well. The next thing that you need to remember is to have good angles. Surprisingly, a pony or an LPS may look very different when photographed from different angles. So it's important to take multiple pictures from different angles so you can choose your favorite one. Here's an example of that. These two pictures are exactly alike in the posing of the pony and the dream catcher, but they're both taken at very different angles, which produces a very different effect. Probably the most important thing to remember is to try and be creative. Don't just take pictures of you holding a littlest pet shop in front of some bokeh, or with a pony next to a candle or something. Think outside the box. That way, even if your camera isn't the greatest, people will still like your photos because they're new and exciting. Now let's take a look at what some of you guys had to say about photography. And remember, if you're not exactly happy with how your photos turned out, you can always elevate them with editing apps. But don't go too wild with them. A lot of times, a photo just needs to be a little bit brighter or have a little bit more contrast for it to look exactly how you want it to look. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. Here's just a short snippet of how I take some of the pictures for my Instagram at PageTurnerOfficial. So I've got my light set up pointed at my blanket, which is on the floor, so it makes a really nice background for my pictures. These are my macro lenses, which help me get really close up to focus on the LPS or pony that I'm taking a picture of. And today I'm going to be taking a picture with this pony, but I really like her color scheme and it works very well with my theme on Instagram. And I'm going to use this fan as a prop. Then I'm just going to try and get some good angles and snap some pictures. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Pagie Time. Don't forget to comment down your photography tips if you want a chance to be featured in the next episode, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye!